Hello guys and welcome back to Planet 40k. We've got another question from our Discord today, and this is a question from Mitsuo Soup. Mitsuo Soup? Is that how you pronounce that? Mitsuo? Okay, Mitsuo Soup. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but anyway. Hey everyone, I've got a question about end of movement phase activation. Let's say I have a transcendent Catan with a dimensional translocation ability. Can I, at the end of the movement, drop down the Catan shard more than 9 inches away from an enemy unit, use the power to kill a unit that is screening for my opponent, then drop down another unit with dimensional translocation, like death marks, closer to where the Catan could have gone, because of course that unit is now not there. Also, if this does work, would it work with the Veil of Darkness relic in the similar sequence? So we're going to get onto that question, get onto the answer to that, and to be honest with you guys, this one took a little bit of work. I had to get into the Discord, there was about 4 or 5 of us, but yeah, without the help of the guys within the Discord, we wouldn't have got to the conclusion of this answer, so let's get onto it. So the first part of your question is, can you drop the Catan shard, do the powers, and then drop another unit down using the dimensional translocation? And the answer to that is no, you can't. Now my first piece of evidence, this isn't the main piece, the first piece of evidence was from the reinforcements area of the core rulebook. There's a paragraph that says if you've got any reinforcements unit, then in this step of the movement phase, you can select them to be set up on the battlefield one at a time. Now this next part is the important part. Once all of your reinforcement units that you wish to be set up this turn have been set up, the movement phase ends and you progress to the psychic phase. That's the part that got me, because I was mainly trying to answer the question in terms of the Veil of Darkness relic. Can we do the Veil of Darkness relic after bringing down the Catan shards, after doing the powers from the Catan shards and then using the Veil of Darkness elsewhere to get closer? That's where that sentence right there got me thinking. It clearly says the movement phase ends. So that made me think, when a rule says at the end of a certain phase, so at the end of the movement phase you can do this, you can do that, a lot of people seem to think, well, it's still part of the movement phase, so therefore you can still do things such as the Veil of Darkness relic, because the Veil of Darkness relic just simply says in the movement phase. So a lot of people consider that as, well, end of movement phase is still the movement phase. That's actually not true either. So this one in fact came from Captain Joker from the Discord. I want to shout you out because you found this part, and it's in the rules glossary of the core rulebook, and there's a little section hidden away called end of the phase. So this simply says, rules that specify that they take place at the end of a phase only take effect after any other actions that would take place in that phase have been completed. This means that it's not possible for a player to make use of any rules that would take place during a phase once an end of phase rule has taken effect. So once you start doing, say for example, the Catan powers, or maybe you're going to do an action such as raise the banners, which is another one which is at the end of the movement phase, you then can't do things in the movement phase such as the Veil of Darkness relic. They have to happen before that. So technically, these end of phase abilities or end of phase rules aren't in the phase, they're sort of in between phases. And it took me a while to get my head around that, because all this time I thought it was in the movement phase. It's not after the movement phase. But yeah, that's the proof right there. The rules glossary, I believe it's page 365 in the core rulebook. You'll have to let me know if that's correct, because that's what has been said on the Discord. Page 365, that's where you'll find the rules glossary. And yeah, there's a little paragraph there that you can get this information from. So guys, I hope that has answered the questions from, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name again. But yeah, you can't do that. You can't be then dropping the death marks after using the powers, and you can't be using the Veil of Darkness relic after using the powers as well. There's a specific order, everything in the movement phase, then onto your end of phase abilities. So I hope I've answered your question. Thank you all for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.